When I first started practicing magic, I made so many mistakes, and I wish that there was somebody who would have told me the things that I'm going to tell you today. These 3 common mistakes, once you know them, you understand them, and you stop making them, is going to help your witchcraft practice and give you a lot more confidence. My name is Sandra. I've been practicing witchcraft for over 35 years, and I help other witches who are feeling overwhelmed and unsure of where to start a practice or where to deepen their practice to confidently integrate magic into their life on a daily basis with ease. And if you're one of those witches who is either starting or you're wanting to deepen your practice, take a look at my free video called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. It's a masterclass that goes for about 40 minutes, and it begins with all the things that witches do and then how you can pace yourself along the way to make your learning and practicing a lot easier. There's a link in the description field below this video for how you can access that, and also on my website mysterywitchschool.com. And if you want to see more videos like this, then hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell to help this channel get out there so that more witches know how to work with witchcraft in a very positive way. So today we are looking at the 3 common mistakes, and I'm only giving you 3 this time because I don't want to overwhelm you with too many mistakes. Number 1 is overcomplicating things. Now, I don't think I've spoken about this one before. A lot of the time we think that magic has to be difficult, that you have to have a lot of ingredients, that you've got to stand in certain positions and you've got to say particular words. Everything has to be done in a particular way, and if you make one mistake, then the whole spell is just going to fall apart, or the ritual is going to fall apart. And that's not true. Witchcraft isn't ceremonial magic. It doesn't have to follow a really strict formula or structure of ritual. It really is just knowing what it is you're wanting to achieve, and the best way to achieve that by gathering the materials that are going to help you vibrate at that frequency and achieve that goal. And at the end of the day, what you really need is just a clear intention about what it is you're wanting to achieve, and then allowing yourself to feel into what the fulfillment of that intention would feel like. Use your imagination to imagine yourself experiencing the fulfillment of that intention and practicing that before you go in and do your spell. You can do a spell with just a single candle. It doesn't have to be dressed with oils. It doesn't have to be rolled through herbs. Just a candle, a white candle, a clear intention that may be just a sentence of what it is that you're wanting to achieve. That could be something as simple as, I now attract an extra $4,000 into my life. Love now enters into my life easily and effortlessly and joyously. I am healthy, I am healed. It could be as simple as that to say, and then in your imagination, you just feel into what that would feel like. What does it feel like to have love in your life? What does it feel like to be healthy again? What does it feel like to have money? What does it feel like? Imagine the things you're going to be doing when you have the money, when you have the romance, when you have the health. What sort of things are you going to be doing? And imagine yourself doing those things. And that's all you need to do. You don't need all the herbs and all the crystals and all the paraphernalia. You can have them and use them, and they can make magic more fun, and they can help you focus better. They can even help you vibrate more closely with your intention, but they're not 100% necessary. And a lot of the time, people who've done a lot of magic often end up just making it more simple. I do that. I don't do complicated magic anymore. My magic is pretty simple. I use mostly candle magic. Sometimes I work with sigils. I prefer candle magic. And it's just lighting the candle. I do like to dress the candle in oils. I do like to roll it in herbs. But it's just the candle spell and my intention. I usually burn the petition, and that's it. That's as elaborate as I get these days, and the magic still works. Sometimes I don't even do that. Sometimes I just do common, everyday, law of attraction stuff where I'm just using my imagination to imagine something fulfilled, and I'm not actually doing a formal spell. I'm just taking 60 seconds to 2 minutes, feeling into the result, imagining it already happening, and that is the magic, and that works too. Mistake number 2 is ignoring energy and mindset. Now, energy is everything. Everything is energy. You're vibrating, your energy, everything is constantly vibrating. Nothing is solid. So understand that. When you look at the world that way. When you look at an object, imagine it vibrating. When you do that, you start to tap in more to what reality is and the magic that's there. And when you do that, you realize that everything is constantly in flux, everything is changing. And this means your mindset can change too. If you're struggling with magic, you're trying to bring something into fruition that's just not happening, it could be because of the beliefs that you have about yourself and the world that are actually keeping you stuck. Because magic isn't just about doing a spell and having it happen and believing in magic. It's also about you becoming the person who is experiencing what it is that you're doing the spell for. So if you're doing spell for a wonderful relationship, then you need to be ready for that wonderful relationship. You need to be the person who has that relationship. So that means a person who is learning to love yourself, who's learning to be open-hearted, and is learning to love the people who are going to be good for you, rather than the people who aren't going to be good for you. And learning about yourself and why you're attracted to certain people and not others. Why do you keep getting into relationships that don't serve you? You know, what is it about your beliefs about yourself and what you deserve that might be causing the problem? Same with money, same with health. Really take notice of your mindset, and do consider doing shadow work at some point in your practice so that you can become more aligned with what it is that you're wanting and become the person that experiences the things and the lifestyle you want to experience and live. And number 3 is not trusting yourself. I know that people said that to me when I was starting out with the coven, but when I was practicing by myself before I met anybody else who was practicing, I wasn't sure of what I was doing, and I wasn't that sure of myself, and I wasn't even that sure of magic, but I gave it a go anyway, and I practiced the rituals and spells from the books that I had access to at the time. The thing is, and I've said this before in other mistakes where, trust your intuition, this is about trusting yourself, that you have the ability to be able to co-create with the universe. You have the magic within you. You are a magical being. You have every right to use magic. You're allowed to use magic, and you can do magic and be safe at the same time. Trust yourself and trust in your magical nature. Trust that the magic that you do is going to work. Now, that's an easy thing to say. And this kind of taps in a little bit to number 2, which is the mindset side of things, where learning to trust yourself is a process, and often shadow work is a way to help you learn to trust yourself more. And if trusting yourself is a problem for you, then do some work around that. Do some shadow work around learning to trust yourself. What is it that you believe about yourself and the world that stops you from trusting yourself? Maybe things have gone on in the past where you've thought you trusted yourself and then things have gone really wrong, so you've learned not to trust yourself. That's the past. The past doesn't have to determine the present or the future. And just because maybe you made mistakes in the past doesn't mean, in reality, that you're going to keep making them. Because every second is a new opportunity for change. And in the present moment, you are where you are now, not where you were in the past. So learn to trust yourself. Find ways of learning to trust yourself. Shadow work is a wonderful way to do that. Now, these 3 mistakes are common mistakes. A lot of them I think people don't talk about so much because they're more to do with what we're doing in our own mind and ourselves rather than tangible mistakes that you might make. I've done other videos on mistakes of beginner witches, so do go into my channel and look for those. I've done a few videos now on mistakes that beginner witches make, and these are more refined mistakes that you may not realize that you're making, and they could be just the thing that you need to switch around to improve your witchcraft practice and get back on track again. Now let me know in the comments field whether you have made these mistakes or you're making these mistakes, or what other mistakes have you made that you wish somebody had told you about when you were first starting out in your practice. Now, if you do want to learn witchcraft with me, I have the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy that will take you through all of the training of a witch right from the beginning, with energy work, creating circles, working with deities, working with the lunar calendar, the solar calendar, with the Sabbats, and also help you reflect on yourself and learn more about yourself at the same time. That course comes with 2 other courses. It comes with a daily practice course, so you'll learn to set up a daily practice every day so you can connect with yourself and spirit on a daily basis, as well as the Witch's Guide to Magic, which is a full course on spell casting and how to become a better spellcaster. And those 2 courses both come free as bonuses with the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. There's a link in the description field below this video, and I also have it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. Now, if you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Blessed be.